saying a little story first, why I'm back up here. And they had asked me back in November if I would do the service for December. I said, you know, she gave me basically the whole month. I said, I can do any of those days. She said, okay, I'll put you towards the end. Because I told her I'm going to do a special year-end closing service, and so today is the day. Thank God. Thank you for the intelligence. Thank you for falling apart here. It's okay. It's all good. All in divine plan. Of course, I did my part, and I'm going to veer a little bit off. You know, quite a few have asked me to do a class on channeling. Whatever you perceive to be channeling, okay? Following the guidance of spirit, when they come to you, when they inspire you to do whatever it is, that is a form of channeling. But you have to take it a step beyond. You have to do what spirit inspired you to do. And then you truly are channeling, okay? Nowadays we call it downloads. We get downloads. If that works for you, that's fine. That's a modern age, okay? But you are, in fact, channeling the information that Spirit's given to you, okay? And then, like I said, you have to take it one step farther and do what you were inspired to do by Spirit. If you choose to, because Spirit is never going to tell you, you have to do anything. Because that is a violation of your free will. Okay? They can suggest, but you have to do it. Because you will pay the consequences of your choices. If you do them, you will reap the benefits. And if you don't, you will pay the consequences of it. Okay? But I personally want to think, Annette, because a while back, Spirit told me I had to come back to church. And when I moved to Florida, this is the church that I came to. And again, in divine timing, I stepped away for the very reason that I stepped away, and now I'm back. To do what? To be of service. Because sometimes when we present the gifts that Infinite gives us, the ego gets in the way. And those that are in power use their ego, or at least don't put it in check, to acknowledge that if God gave you a gift, they may not be aware of, but it's not deny that gift that God gave you. I don't need credentials on the wall to stand up here and inspire you however Spirit means for me to inspire you. A lot of the words that come out of this mouth, I'm mere the tool. I'm merely the tool to be of service. And it's how I do that service that Spirit will continue to work with me, through me, and for me, and for all of humanity. Not for my benefit. It's what I do for me, I do for all. That's where we reap. That's where we reap the blessings that Spirit gives us to be in service to one another. That's a service that Annette does. She's not the pastor, but she does more than the pastor because she puts her hands and knees to uplift this place without credentials. And who's upholding this church? Miss Annette. Most of the time you don't see her here because she's in the back doing what she needs to do to make sure that everyone's welcome, that everyone has what they need. Not to not only nourish us spiritually, but to nourish us physically. You know, people tell me I should have my own church, and I do. And Spirit told me to come back to church. This is my church. This is my home. This is where Spirit meant for me to be. And again, when Annette asked me to speak, I said I wanted to do a ritual. Okay? You partook in that ritual. Now to my topic that Spirit's always been pushing out way since September. Peace. Why peace? Because we're so focused. We focus our attention so much on everything that's out there. The chaotic world that's out there. And we take very little time to focus within. We take very little time to sit with Spirit in the morning and be grateful and count those blessings. A little program that talks about what I'm talking about this morning, peace. The significance of the olive branch. The stories for you to read so that you can experience it firsthand rather than listening to me. That's why I put it on paper. It's peace. That's why I went through the extent of putting on the door. Don't get lost in conversation, because that's what this is about, being at peace. Forget the distractions of being on the cell phone, the social media, and all of that stuff, because you're giving away your power to all that stuff that means absolutely nothing when you go back home. Peace. That's already in here. You don't even have to go looking for it. You don't have to go out there to look for peace. You don't have to come to church to look for peace. That is the natural state of being if you so choose to be at peace. I can't give you peace. I can only point the way. I can set the table, but it's for you to come to that table and feast upon that peace. I'm not here lecturing you. I'm only merely offering words of wisdom that if they resonate with you, to take it to heart. If not, put it on the shelf, and when you're ready, the teacher will appear. When you're ready, then you may go back to that book, or that word that I said that maybe inspired you in some way. So what does peace really mean? Again, a little off. Spirit got me, like I said, 5:30 this morning. Okay? Everything already written up, prepared. Okay. You prepared, but you're going to do my work. You're going to do my bidding. And so since I'm dressed for the occasion, we're going to create magic today. We're going to create the magic of peace. Not just for ourselves, not for this sanctuary, not for this community, not for this nation, but for the entire planet Earth. And you started. You started with the ritual of giving thanks. Hopefully you did it with the intention that came from the heart and not just mere words that you just put out. Because I said this is what we're doing today. You didn't have to do any of it if you don't want. But if you did it with intent, again, you will be the one to reap those benefits. You will be the one that will find that inner peace within yourself. Not because of any of this. These are just tools. Okay? So, are we ready to make peace happen? Mm-hmm. Are we ready to make peace happen?
Yes.
All right, then, let us begin. With Black Friday and the frenzies of the holiday season and the distortion of the true meaning of the holidays, I would like to bring your focus and attention to a state of inner peace. To a state of inner peace. So I prepared this ritual. As the year in closing, my gift to you as a chance to step away from the chaos and into a place of peace. It is from this space of connection and gratitude that I share these offerings with you as an opportunity to pause, to reflect, to realign with the rhythms of life, for a moment of stillness and a breath of fresh air. This year-end ritual, what does it really mean? As this year slowly comes to an end, what are we closing? Perhaps you heard me speak before about life being a series of stories. The stories that we tell ourselves, consciously or unconsciously, and that we're so willingly to share with others. Stories about how we've experienced life. good, painful, sometimes not so pleasant, sometimes extremely hard. Those are the stories of your spiritual journey. That's why you came into this physical realm, the school of learning, to experience, and you get to choose how you label those experiences. Holding on to old pains, outdated beliefs, situations that drain us. But here's the beautiful truth. When we realize that all we need to do is to give ourselves permission, to realize, to make a conscious choice, to stop holding on to things that no longer serve us, that stops us from living the life we choose to live, that we desire to live. Things that don't help our growth, our spiritual growth. These aren't just words. No, they're not. They are a declaration. Because when you say, I will do this, you are declaring. And just as God said, let there be light, and there was. So you too have that same power, that if you say, I will choose to make a conscious choice to live a better life, that's what you will manifest. But it doesn't come that easy. It comes via the experiences of an earthly life. There's always an exchange. We have to give in order to receive. And vice versa, we have to receive in order to give. Nature shows us this very wisdom. Autumn, when the leaves, when the trees drop their leaves, you don't hear them frantic, trying to hold on to their leaves. They yield. Because they trust in the cycle of rebirth, of renewal. We too can tap into that same wisdom and let go of all that baggage that we've carried throughout 2024. And I'm talking about the negative experiences that we label negative. Because experiences are just that, experiences. To trust in the cycle of relief, release, and renewal. And in some way knowing that we may lose something or give away something, but we're making a space for fertile ground for what needs to emerge to emerge. For what needs to emerge. Not bear struggles, not bear strains and toils, but openly. And that space, created through letting go, becomes fertile ground for new dreams, for fresh energy, and aligned choices to take root. So, what we are closing when you took up the rose, the flower, giving thanks for the lessons of 2024. What we are closing is is a chapter. A chapter of our life stories, of our life experiences, of the choices that we've made, good, bad, and indifferent, especially the ones that do no longer serve us. That's what we're closing. And like I said, when we close, when we release, it opens up fertile ground. To turn a new page, a new chapter, where we can consciously become aware of life from a different perspective, with new eyes, opening a blank page, where we get to set the intention, as I asked you when you come up here, do it with intention, to manifest the things that you would like to bring into your life experiences. We get to carry forward. We get to decide what we're going to make space for in our lives, because only you can write the next chapter of your life experiences. And we do it collectively. What about the ritual I already spoke about? And as you will follow with me. In the program I wrote about the dove and the olive branch. If you had a chance to read it, then you know its meaning and its significance. Not just from a religious point of view, but from many religious points of view, and from points of view that are not religious but spiritual. So now, it's time to put in practice that peace. So I humbly ask that you close your eyes, if you care to do so, and open your heart to receive the blessings of peace in preparation for new beginnings in 2025. I invite you to notice that place of stillness within you, to be drawn to that stillness, and gently cross its thresholds to that world of stillness. To awaken to the knowledge that all of reality arises from and is permeated with the sacred perfection of cosmic essence, and allow God's love, light, and peace to radiate into all the dark regions of this planet Earth, Pachamama. So let us pause for a moment and see that God's love, God's light radiate this divine peace and love to all Pachamama. Like you can open your eyes as we continue. As we prepare to enter this pivotal year, 2025, a number 9 year, which stands as a single digit, representing culmination and wholeness, reminding us that every journey comes to an end, and every cycle reaches its final stage and gives way to new beginnings. A time of significant spiritual awakening and a gateway to deeper alignment with the cycles of nature and the universe. setting a strong foundation to recalibrate and align with your true purpose, to be at peace in this present moment. To be at peace in this present moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but in this very present moment. Number 9 also signifies introspect, in solitude, and soul searching, seeking inner wisdom, to withdraw from the chaos of the world, and to embrace your divine potential as ambassadors of God. To delve into the fiery depths of transformation and universal consciousness to find answers and guidance. It also represents the highest level of consciousness and spiritual awakening. In the realm of the collective, it is the power of unity and compassion to create a world that is more harmonious, where we can navigate our path with purpose and contribute to the greater good of humanity. Those that we call our brothers and sisters, because we are all children of God. When we started our spiritual path, most of us had a sense that an extraordinary spiritual transformation was possible, a radical alignment at the deepest level of our being that would liberate us. And now is that time. To create new opportunities of a mystical experience, but to transcend, you will need to get out of your own way, leaving the memories of the past behind and allow for something greater than you, something truly mystical to take over. God's divine presence. Because it is possible to come into such profound alignment with moral and spiritual access of the cosmos that every moment of our life is a walk in grace and a living demonstration of the mysterious inherited good of life itself. Possibilities to awaken so deeply to the sacred evolutionary impulse at the heart of existence, that our words, actions, and choices become a dynamic expression of the highest possibility to be at peace within ourselves and the world around us. Peace begets peace. Peace begets peace. We need to be at peace so that we can be at peace with one another. Knowing that the intelligence that gives us life, to feel connected with the essence of infinite intelligence, to be in peace and perfect harmony, not just today, but from this very moment forward. I'm talking about an inner peace that emerges as a wholeness and a fullness of being, an unconditional, uncontainable freedom that is present as a spiritual transformation. The ease of contentment, no matter what we're experiencing. We're endeavoring to discover that inner peace. The sacred consciousness that is always right here in the midst of everything else that is right here, right now. We're not attempting to get to a special place other than right here, right now. In these few minutes of inner peace. And to our amazement, to realize that it is always an incredible place when we stop attempting to be somewhere else. Spiritual masters from the East and the West have always told us that the miracle of enlightened consciousness already exists. fully formed inside each of us, that this luminous awareness is none other than our own true nature. That in this ultimate surrender, we align with the absolute infinite intelligence, that we become a living, breathing force for the higher evolution of soul awakening, because we are no longer obstructing infinite's power and depths as an awakened consciousness that is available to us without effort. Just being open and receptive. The Spirit is always around and about to inspire us, to guide us, to uplift us, to show us the clear way, the path of less obstacles. Once again, if we only get out following ready. Because inner peace is about being existentially content at the deepest level of our being. So to experience that inner peace, let us now command our sovereignty. If you would please stand. By the power of our divine light, and if you will repeat after me. As I now begin the new year, I will not allow my conscious or unconscious limiting beliefs define me.
I will not allow my conscious or unconscious limiting beliefs to define me.
I now choose to live my life in peace and harmony.
I now choose to live my life in peace and harmony.
I proclaim my sovereignty as the divine spark of infinite intelligence.
I proclaim my sovereignty as a divine spark of infinite intelligence.
To shine my light and be the light.
To shine my light and be the light.
Here on earth.
Here on earth.
Amen. If you would face the aisles, and take one step forward, symbolizing that new beginning. Beautiful. Thank you. So in closing, as we close the final chapter of 2020,